Good morning, everybody. I believe it's August the 17th, and I wanted to try to show you. I'm gonna get in here my Scuffy-Dine vine. I can't wait. Let's see, I'm in North Carolina, so Musky-Dimes, Scuffy-Dines, Scooper-Nongs. I mean, everybody calls them different things. I call these are the white ones, so I call them Scuffy-Dines. And some of them, I'm under my trellis, and I'm hoping you can see them. Now, I have a dark grape, but it's not forming as well. I can't wait to get some of these delicious golden grapes, and some of them don't start forming and getting ripe until end of August, September. So I've had a couple of them going bad on me, and some of them kind of going to the ground. My fiance helped me with the trellis, but they're just going every which way, and I'm gonna have to build something better. I thought I'd start you with that. I'll show you when I pick my Scuffy-Dines, and I wanted to do just like maybe a little garden tour. I know I keep saying it's hot in August, and it's hot in August, so I wanted to show you some of my tomatoes. You know, they're starting to look bad, but this is one of the little trellises that I'd made out of tree limbs for one of my plants, because I just ran out of cages. Here's another one. Trellis is holding up quite well. That's just going up the limbs there. And some of my tomatoes are falling over. I just have ran out of stuff to put them on. Now, I built this little bed. I don't know if you can see the way the sun is going. I don't know if my cucumbers are going to make it, because our last frost date is, I think, October 27th. And I see I got a little bloom there. And I just stuck these cucumbers in the ground to see if they would come up. And I got a few coming up. So there's a scan of those tomatoes there. We're gonna go, I'm trying not to jostle you all around. Let's see, I wanted to show you my fig tree. So I'm gonna go around. I'm here at my mom's, and I can't wait to get some figs either. I thought I lost this fig bush, and it has got huge. I was trying to show you how big it's got. It's massive, and I put some leaves under it and some fertilizer. There's still some dead limbs on it. There's some figs on the tree. I don't know how much I'm gonna get this year, because last year the figs did not get ripe until after frost, and so I lost a lot. So I got some there and some little ones forming. And I've had this tree for a long time, and it's always put off figs just really good. And I don't know if it's just getting old. I don't know what's going on, but I fertilized it really good, so it's got figs on it, so we'll see what happens. I've been waiting for some figs. So I've been doing some cleanup, and I thought I would just maybe do a little garden tour. I got stuff here I've got to cut down. I got this other fig tree that has come back out. This one I planted a couple years ago, and I've only got maybe 2 or 3 figs off of it, and I keep telling it if it don't put some figs out, I'm gonna cut it down, and then it'll pop out a couple of figs. And so fall is time you gotta cut stuff. So I got things I need to cut. I showed you a video. I've got my basil has come back out. I've got to harvest that this morning. And then let's see, I showed you my flowers. Hey, I got to harvest my parsley. This basil has just went crazy. I've got to harvest it. I had showed you a video of catnip. Of course, my catnip has come back out. I've got to harvest it. So we'll go through the gate. I pulled up one of these cat whiskers because it fell when it rained. I'm leaving that one for now for the bees. I've got to water some. Some of my stuff is just falling over and kind of looking bad because it's just August does that. You got to expect that in August. I'm hoping this mum will turn out to be real pretty this fall. It's got some nice buds. I can't remember the name of this flower that I planted. My rose bush is coming back out. And I think I pictured this touch-me-not plant's just massive. And then these peppers, I had composted in place last year. I didn't even have to plant these peppers. So I've got all kinds of peppers that's coming up. I got little Tabasco peppers. I don't know if you can see it, if you can see them. I've got some in here. Let's see. Well, they're so light and green. I don't think you can see them. Maybe you can. The sun is so bright. Well, anyway, I put this really huge orange flower in the middle of it. And I apologize for the lighting. Come over here. And just, I want to talk about what to expect. You know, I've got lots of peppers. Your tomatoes start looking bad. I pulled up my pumpkin vine. I got one pumpkin on it, off of it. And this is what I do. I had showed a video about composting in place. So I pulled up this pumpkin vine. And so I just got it laying here where it was. So I don't have to drag it all the way in the back. Save me some time. And I'm going to put a little bit of dirt here and let that lay off fall, or either I think I'm going to plant some lettuce here because this stays kind of shaded. Lettuce grew here really good one year. I'm going to come back here. Try not to make my video too long. And so I think I should always show my aramiths. I got Thai peppers I got to pick this morning. They're just going like crazy. My pepperoncinis. I'm gonna pull these tomato plants up, and when I start pulling tomato plants up and there's still tomatoes on them and they're green, I just pick them off. And you can pickle them, you can fry them, let them turn ripe. All this I've got to pull up. It's just not doing good, and I'm ready to start planting for fall. And this cantaloupe vine is dead. The bugs have just ate it up. They're all over it. So I've got to pull that up. I'm gonna lay this in the bed, and I've got to water this morning. It's already hot. So I've got peas growing in this. It's come up by themselves. I had featured my little tomato plant. I'll give you an update, see if I get any tomatoes on it. There's my tomato plant. My beautiful marigold that has come up by itself. And then I have picked, I think, sage 2 weeks ago. By just, I just cut the tops off, pinching them off, as I say. I've got more sage to get. Tommy toes. Every 2 weeks I have to harvest herbs. I've got my sweetie peppers. I've got to harvest catnip again. I'm waiting on these peppers to turn. I can't wait till they turn. They're supposed to be sweet. I dread getting into the lemon balm bed. That just got out of hand. Never put lemon balm in a bed. Now, I planted some potatoes in the spring. Now, I've already harvested potatoes. I dug under them and got a lot of potatoes out of this bed. I had a crop of potatoes here, and I've already pulled those up. And then I had a crop of potatoes in this bed, and I dug underneath, and I'm hoping to get a second crop. There's still plants that look healthy. I pulled up all the bad plants. I don't know if I'll get any. Now, I planted me a second crop of potatoes, and they're growing like crazy. Now I mounded them up, put some dirt on the other day. So we'll see what happens, because we have a longer growing season in the south. I pulled up my squash plants. I featured this composting in place. I've got this bed almost ready to start planting in. I had squash in it. So I'm wanting to build my soil up here in these blocks. I put the squash plants in these blocks. So I did that. I'm gonna throw a little bit of topsoil on this, and then we'll be good to go. Or if I have any other garden stuff to throw in there, I'll do that before I put my soil on top. I still have banana peppers going like crazy. I got my jalapenos that I've been picking, my little marigold. Now I've got to pull these up. These are my first tomato plants that I've planted this spring. I planted these first, and then the ones that I showed you first, I planted them last. So I'm still getting tomatoes. I plant tomatoes in different intervals. So I have flowers all around my vegetables to provide food for the bees, and I featured a video about that. So this bed I can plant in. I've been letting it sit for a little bit. I'm gonna pull all this up. Now I'm not gonna compost these tomato plants because they got blight in them, and I'm just gonna put them in another pile and burn them. So I can plant in here, and I'll be giving you updates on what I plant and everything. And I just wanted to give you a little garden tour of what I've got right now, and I hope you will like and share and subscribe. Thank you.